How do you recommend screening for a good GC?
Well, I do not believe in let me meet the 3-4 GCs at the property and give a scope of work, and let me see where the numbers are, and let me see who does what and whatever. I kind of want to talk to other people who already use that GC. I want to see what happened. Like, what are the good, what are the bad, and my biggest, even for me when I hire subcontractors, it's not. The first thing is not price. Of course, price is important, but the first thing is not price. Communication is the first thing. Because if you cannot communicate now when we don't have problems, how can I expect that we communicate when we have problems? And I know problems gonna appear out of nowhere. It's always there, right? It's not a question about it. Communication is the first thing, right? Then I want to see pricing. Then I want to talk to other people who use this person, right? But again, the way that you bid out your job, you give the same scope of work to 3 different people. It sounds good, but I think it sounds good on paper. Why? Everybody knows that in order to get your business, I have to give you probably the lowest price, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't want to be that guy who gives you the lowest price just to get the job, because I know that, first of all, for example, your scope of work gonna change, and I know that from day one. I know that you didn't include everything in that scope of work, so I know that number gonna change. But anyway, I'm saying yes, based on that scope of work, this is my number. Now what happens? After a week, we do the demo. We're like, well, Kirby, you see, this scope of work, sorry, it's changed. Now there's a change order of $3,000. Then there is another one for $5,000, $10,000, whatever that is. So I'm making up my money step by step, because I knew it was unrealistic budget, whatever I gave you on day one. But now we are screwing our relationship. We're destroying our relationship, which I prefer not to do. That's why I don't give bids anymore, because I know typically, especially with investors, they will never go with me because I'm never the cheapest, but I'm never the most expensive. I'm trying to be the most reasonable and accurate person. So that's why I'm very selective also with the people I work with. The way they choose contractors to work with, that's how I choose also the investors I'm working with. It's not like I don't like to be challenged on certain things. I just want to make sure that we understand each other, we are on the same page, and we understand why we are in this relationship together.
Hey, really hope you enjoyed this section of the interview with Boyan Salha. For the entire interview and others just like it, you can listen to the Living Off Rentals podcast on any podcast player, or you can ask any questions and continue the conversation in the Living Off Rentals Facebook group. I hope to see you there.